Food. It's the great unifier. It brings families and friends closer together. We build our lives around it. We take our time perfecting the craft, posting pictures with it. Food is the energy that fuels our bodies.
Boom, that's spaghetti. Nachos. It's a cookie.
But come here a second. Let me tell you a secret. Not all foods are created equally. Some kitchens are extended gutters, and these gutters are full of grease. And when the burners finally die, and the filth on the pans finally scabs over, the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of their overused microwaves and just add water instant potatoes will foam up around their waists. And the food will cry out, "Eat me." And I'll look back and whisper, "Fuck no."
Do you understand that? Serious crap.
Well, that's enough talk. Because as they say, the proof is in the pudding. I found a couple pictures on the internet that really makes me question whether people know the definition of the word edible. So buckle your seatbelts. I'm about to show you some crimes against food kind. All right, here is Exhibit A. And it looks like, wow. I am baffled by what I'm looking at right now. Is that supposed to be chicken? I've never seen chicken like cake up. Do you see how it's caked up on the carrots right there? How is that even possible? Well, I'll tell you what, at least that chicken isn't dry. I'll give you that. Crime here is not dry chicken. I'll tell you that. That chicken is not dry. Outside of the fact that it looks like the chicken was just straight boiled in water, I think the true crime here is the fact that there is not a speck of seasoning on this. Post says, "Here's my dinner. 450 grams of chicken breast, steam sauteed with carrots and a strip of spring onion, seasoned with my tears, a sprinkle of salt." Well, looks like we were on to something with the no seasoning. Steam sauteed. I'm not familiar with that cooking method. I've steamed stuff, I've sauteed stuff, but steam saute? Interesting. But at least you're eating healthy, so. Our next crime against food is an innocent chicken sandwich, it seems. But upon further inspection, it looks like half the chicken was lost on entry. The name of this post is "Paid $12 just for this buffalo chicken sandwich. I swear my middle school cafeteria would have been able to pull it off better." Yeah, I would say so. That is very disappointing. But on the upside, it looks like at least the ingredients are all there and they all look reasonably edible. The real disappointing thing about this sandwich is the fact that there's literally no meat. It's a salad with bread, unfortunately. I feel for you. The real crime here was the fact that you had to pay $12 for that. All right, on to our next picture here. So I am flabbergasted by what I'm looking at right now. Is this bread that was shaped to look like a fish? It has to be, right? It's just bread, right? Yeah, okay, I think. I hope it's not someone's, goldfish that they just put in a deep fryer, because that is haunting. I think the crime here might be murder. Otherwise, unless that's a piece of bread, it has to be a piece of bread. I've never even seen a fish head being served like that before. It has to be bread. I'm locking it in that's bread. Bread. That's not a real fish, okay? Fish aren't served with heads. You almost got me there. You almost got me. There's no crime here. The crime here is a good time, making that bread into fish. Our next picture seems to be a sandwich. There is text in the corner that says €5 voor I'm guessing that means he paid €5 for that. And if we read the title, yes, it says €5 salmon sandwich. Okay, so that is salmon in there. I would not have guessed that if I didn't read the title just now. I thought that was a ham sandwich where the ham and everything else, I assume that was in there at one point, fell out. Maybe it's in that bag on the floor there. But $5 for a salmon sandwich? Okay, wait. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for 1 second here. $5? One egg is like, let's say $1.50. That bread is like $3. How much room is there to even put salmon for $5? Who's selling this? How are they selling salmon sandwiches for $5 and making a profit? No one's gonna want to come back after getting that. I've honestly never even heard of a salmon sandwich, at least not like that. I've had fish on burgers, but I've never seen a fish sandwich like that. Like not with like Subway bread anyway. You know what I mean? That's a new one to me. Might have to keep my eyes peeled. Okay, so the next picture is for you vegetarians out there. Don't worry, I got you with this next one, guys. This next picture is haunting, to say the least. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't know. Some kind of pizza? I can't even tell. I don't know. It kind of looks like breading where the crust, like the edges that are left, makes me think it's some kind of sweet. I think the biggest crime here is the fact that it looks so unappetizing. I would like to know how it tastes. It appears to be, based on the title, it is shooting in 0.5 and with flash makes my mom's vegan apple cake look evil and intimidating. Apple cake, interesting. Another thing I have yet to try before. I've had apple pie many a time, not apple cake. Haunting, absolutely haunting. This is like something that I would wake up and be terrified of because I saw it in my dreams, and my wife would be like, "Oh, are you okay? What'd you see?" And I would be unable to describe the horror that I had just witnessed. Moving on to the next picture here. This is obviously some kind of freezer meal, but upon first seeing it, what I see is a trash can in a room that has been flooded with water, and the dirt and the whatever was in there has coagulated to the top and is now sitting there. That's what I see. I see just absolute. I can't believe this is food. What is this? I'm guessing because of the color, it has to be mashed potatoes, right? Because that's the only thing brown and white that people eat. That's food. Anyway, the text in this post is Depressing Michelanas, which I don't think I pronounced that right, but it's the name of the brand. It's here, and my God, this looks like shit. Take a guess on how many microplastics are gonna rest inside my testicles via grams. I'm gonna say more than one, but less than infinity. Don't quote me on that though. So I have a question. If you put food in the microwave and it came out looking like this, assuming you have other food to eat in the house, would you eat this? Because I'm going to pass. I feel like my stomach would be fucked up. My stomach would be messed up for weeks after eating this, I think. It's one of those things where it'll definitely come out the other end looking the same way. Okay, so here's the picture here, and wow. There is no way I'm ever going to guess what this is. It looks like fried oranges that have been fried for so long that they are shriveling up and becoming part of the pan. That's my guess. Or maybe like popcorn with like oranges in it. I have no idea. What food and how long has it been cooking that it became the pan? Are you seeing this?
After you do a slow cook, you'll never look at pork the same way again.
How long has it been cooking that it's becoming the pan?
The slower the cook, the better the taste. The slower the cook, the better the taste.
Okay, so now that we're reading the post, it says, my dad's al pastor. I love that food, by the way. Great food. Last time he undercooked it and we all got sick. Decided to give him another shot, but asked for it cooked. Well done. According to him, it was really good. I didn't try it. I wonder why. So are those orange pieces also meat? I need a before and after. I need to know how this stuff looked like before. Imagine you're going to sit at a nice ethnic restaurant and you take a seat and you order your food and they drop a pan and it looks like this. What do you do? What do you do? You gonna complain? What are you gonna do? The next picture here is an obvious crime that takes place, so children, you might want to cover your eyes for this one. I'm just going to show the picture here. And as you can see, we have rice, we got some little fries, we got crackers as well. We got and seasoning the rice, we have 2 lopping kebabs, obviously. This is one of those foods where you open up the container and you realize you're not that hungry anymore. You know, I just can't imagine ever wanting to put that in my mouth. This last image, you might want to prepare yourself for, because this is absolutely horrifying. Are you ready? Because I did my best to warn you. That's all I can say. So the picture here is a horrifying. It looks like a page out of the Berserk manga. Like, what am I looking at? Is this what hell looks like? And the text for this post are, my roommates are cooking something interesting. Notice the death skulls. Yeah, I did. What even is this food? Some kind of vegetable? Beans and vegetable? If it was Halloween, that'd make a great Halloween dish, because that is absolutely terrifying. If there have been any crimes in any of these pictures tonight, it would be this one. These beans have seen things. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed going with me on this journey of food. Could you call this food even still after seeing it? But let me just sign off by saying, if any of the food you make ends up looking like the pictures I showed you, seek help. There's lots of ways to learn to make foods, okay? And if making food is too hard, there's always like Lunchables. There's your juice, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.